稍后我们将会在现场举行抽签仪式，请持续关注。
欢迎大家来到第4届怀化市旅游发展大会暨 LP 球杆乔氏杯2025中式8球大师赛超级分站赛芷江站，胜部第4轮、败部第6轮抽签仪式现在开始。首先，我们抽败部选手名单。现在我念到名字的运动员来 TV 台前抽签。赵建波，54号；杨少杰，53号；张太义，54号；郑肖怀，53号。现在我们抽胜部选手的签位：张坤鹏，55号；赵汝亮，56号；唐春晓 55号加雷斯波茨56号。抽签仪式到此结束，稍后公布运动员比赛场地。
感谢裁判团队主持抽签仪式，稍后将公布每位运动员的比赛场地。
现在公布运动员比赛场地：1号台张太义、赵建波；5号台杨少杰、郑霄怀；TV 2号台加雷斯波茨、赵汝亮；TV 1号台张坤鹏、唐春晓。1号台张太义、赵建波；5号台杨少杰、郑霄怀；TV 2号台加雷斯波茨、赵汝亮。TV 1号台张坤鹏、唐春晓，请以上运动员抓紧时间进入比赛场地检录，比赛马上开始。
在检录完成之后，会有统一大入场。本届赛事诚挚感谢深度合作伙伴 Joy 乔氏中式台球球桌、比利时雅乐美台球、LP 球杆、野豹台球杆、奥秘台球杆、毒蜘蛛球杆、天耀球杆、飞蕊威力球杆、李斯球杆、奥斯本兹球杆、林肯球杆、塔里克球杆、利百文8848台泥、H153台泥、小麦皮头、超级蓝钻皮头、TP 巧克粉、库洛克巧克粉、幸运1号巧克粉、胜利者沙发、天一沙发、正红胶边、罂粟胶边、老鹰胶边、欧尚地毯、星星暴走、维厨酒庄。感谢官方赛事系统服务商北京乔氏以利科技有限公司、指定官方配件商城卓越台球商城等单位和品牌对赛事的大力支持。要特别鸣谢人民网、新华网、新浪体育、今日头条等20余家综合媒体平台，感谢抖音、快手、优酷、火山等视频平台，微博、微信。微信订阅号“台球圈有料”。
From folk game to Olympic stage, the glory and aspiration of Heyball. How can a grassroots sport become an Olympic discipline? This seemingly fantastical question is being answered by Heyball's pioneers with courage and perseverance. What is Heyball? Blending the essence of snooker and American pool, Heyball thrives on more open rules, intense competition, accessibility, and fun. It has evolved into a sport for all ages and a stage for countless individuals to change their lives. Born in China, it now belongs to the world. In the 1980s, Chinese innovators crafted an imagined American pool table using carom dimensions and snooker structure. Without formal references, this serendipitous creation birthed Heyball. Yet, its humble origins led to labels like Hooligan's Game, leaving it sidelined and neglected. In 2006, Joy Billiards, hearing the cries of 8-ball players, ignited hope with a ranking event offering an 8,000 RMB prize. The spark ignited the hope of the sport. In 2012, Joy utilized the prestige of the king of the crucible, Stephen Hendry, to break into CCTV, elevating Heyball to mainstream acclaim. The roar of applause shattered stereotypes, propelling Heyball to dominance across China. In 2016, Heyball stepped onto the global stage as a cultural ambassador with overseas tournaments spanning 32 countries and regions. In 2019, athletes from 64 nations gathered in Qinhuangdao, China, delivering a world-class spectacle. In 2022, the WCBS officially recognized Heyball as a discipline in the inaugural WCBS Championship. In 2023, the champion prize of the Masters soared past $5 million, making it the highest-paying billiards event globally. Prizes can be counted, dreams are immeasurable. In 2024, we sprint toward the Olympics. 9 global events unite athletes from 100 nations. Partnership with the ANOC promotes Hball across 206 countries and regions, organizing the first Parasport World Championship in Los Angeles and Junior World Championship in India. Heyball's inclusivity embodies the Olympic spirit. In 2025, Joy promote Heyball into the Chengdu World Games, edging closer to the Olympics. A memorandum with the ACBS paves its path to the 2030 Asian Games. 27 years ago, we revolutionized table manufacturing with innovation. 19 years ago, we pioneered Heyball's tournament-driven growth. Today, we are leading the development concept of billiards with the slogan of Heyball's inclusion into the Olympics, always staying at the forefront of the times. Olympism celebrates togetherness. Heyball's uniting the world echoes this spirit. From Chinese streets to global arenas, the Black Eight's journey, never linear, but always ascending. Cross-cultural differences engage in equal dialogue using the language Heyball and unite the world. This Black Eight will roll onto the Olympic stage, into the heart of world billiards. This dream, we will realize together, and we will make it happen.
我们总在找寻打破隔阂的方式，用奔跑，用拥抱，用专注的样子，直到绿色台面摊开向和平宪章，细长的杆挑起无数颗心的向往。我们总在等待拆去藩篱的时刻，用眼神，用默契，用并肩的炽热，直到木球碰撞，像敲碎冰封的河，所有的语言都化作同频的脉搏。的潮声撞向西海岸的浪，石榴才把地图内外连成网。年轻人俯身，把未来倾推向远方，边界的阻挡变作隔岸的眺望。钟把转动，世界球童，快乐尽情生长。从巷口球房到洲际赛场，期待掌声同响。钟把转动，世界球童，激情正在绽放。心连着心，光连着光，一同汇入欢乐的海洋。钟把转动，世界球童，快乐尽情生长。从巷口球房到洲际赛 在场，期待掌声同响。出发转动世界球童，激情正在绽放，信念着心，光念着光，一同汇入欢乐的海洋，汇入欢乐的海洋。
远水平生，天下和鸣。一杆定乾坤，小城大外交的东方叙事。当名山时的10000年沉淀，化作球桌上的方寸天地；当芷江和平中的千年回响，激荡在台球碰撞的脆响中。这座曾以受降名城，铭刻民族脊梁的小城，这里曾见证中华民族1寸山河1寸血的抗争。来自5大洲的选手击球开赛。乔氏集团董事长乔永许所言：从巷口球房到洲际赛场，我们击出的不仅是黑八，更是人类对和平的永恒守望。一杆定乾坤，小球赚大球，只将与世界此刻共击球。中式8球国际大师赛。这里是第4届怀化市旅发大会暨 LP 球刊乔氏杯2025中式8球大师赛超级分站赛芷江站第3阶段胜部第4轮、败部第6轮的比赛现场。此刻，欢迎运动员、裁判员。And now let's welcome athletes and referees. Table 1 1号台将由准度太硬张太义对阵纵横之剑赵建波，裁判员张梦蝶。Table 5 5号台将由缅甸球王杨少杰对阵江左麒麟郑肖怀，裁判玉林。Table TV2 TV 2号台将由黄金战神加雷斯波茨对阵帝皇之星赵汝亮，裁判李亚萌。中巴转动世界球童。And now let's welcome Table TV1。最后登场的是 TV1号和平芷江台。 本场比赛将由百步穿杨张坤鹏对阵女武神唐春晓。本场比赛主裁判徐景言，助理裁判张月秋、王鹏轩。有请各位一步比赛神器，乔氏进退球桌。正在线上的各位，此刻我们正在芷江为您直播第4届怀化市旅发大会暨 LP 球杆乔氏杯2025中式发球大师赛超级分站赛芷江站。此刻，芷江巅峰开赛。
请双方选手争夺开局选择权。预备，3、2、1，开始。这边近一点，张坤鹏获得开局选择权。
Good day everyone and welcome back. Day 7, Stage 3 here at the 2025 Joy Heyball Masters Super Tour Zhijiang Station here in China. Zhang Kunpeng vs Tang Chunxiao on the TV table. This is the winner's bracket semi-final. So just 4 players left in the winner's bracket, 4 players in the loser's bracket. This is a race to 17, and both these players have not lost yet in the last 32. The other semi-final, which is on TV table 2, Gareth Potts against Zhao Ruliang. That is another winner's bracket semi-final.
比赛开始，第一局，张坤鹏开球。
Zhang Kunpeng winning the leg. He will be breaking first. This is a winner's break. Race to 17. And that looks like a dry break. It is. Tang Chunxiao to the table. Now Tang Chunxiao, just 26 years of age. Her route through Stage 3 so far. And in Stage 3, just 3 wins gets you already to the semi-final, whereas losers bracket, they've had to play 5 or 6 matches already to get into this last 8. So first match, she played player from Mongolia, winning that 13-2. Second match, Zhao Jianbo, 13-10. Zhao Jianbo, the winner of the Division 1 tour 7 days ago. And then she went up against Zhang Xiaohuai last night, winning that 15-10. So she's in really good form. She did win the Tianjin Super Tour early this year as well. Consistent top 32, top 16 finisher. Third in the Masters 2024 Masters Grand Finals. Yeah, Gareth Potts is playing on TV Table 2, and the rest of the tables are streamed on wpalive.tv. So you can head over to wpalive.tv and you'll find the rest of the tables being streamed. Just 4 matches on at the moment, as we are in the last 8. Table 1, Zhang Taiyi against Zhao Jianbo. That is a loser's round match. Zhang Kunpeng against Tang Chunxiao, Gareth Potts, Zhao Ruliang, and Phone Min Kyo against Zheng Zhaohai on table 5. So you have to remember that Tang Chunxiao gets 1 ball off the table. That is her last ball. Student of Zheng Yubor. And if you have been watching the Joy Heyball streams before, you'd know how deadly of a player she is and what she can do when she's at the table. Gotten quite a bounce off that cushion. Looks like she's overrun that slightly. So one of these stripes will come off the table. It will be the 14. As the 14 currently doesn't go, so she'll take the 11 on. She needed to find the gap. 14 comes off the table. Can she see the potting angle of the black ball? I think she might have to just swerve it slightly around the 7. And that'll actually help its helping side to throw the black ball in the pocket. There we go. It's there. Tang Chunxiao takes the first frame. She leads 1-0 over Zhang Kunpeng in this race to 17. So winners break format, Tang Chunxiao back at the table, and let's have a look at her break. It's the first time we've actually seen her on the TV table, in stage 3 at least. Looks like a dry break to me. It is a dry break, so first look at Zhang Kunpeng as he comes to the table, 29 years of age. Now his route through stage 3, he went through Chu Bingjie in the first round, and he put Chu Bingjie through to the loser's bracket. He won that 13-12. And from the loser's bracket, Chu Bingjie was beaten by Shen Shenyi and knocked out of the tournament. Last 32 finish for him. After that, Kunpeng went through Ali Pordal from Iran, winning that 13-4. And last night, beating World Games gold medalist Zhang Taiyi, 15-14. So far, 2 deciders in stage 3 for Zhang Kunpeng. Yeah, so 2 deciders definitely means that he can handle the pressure, especially the 2 players that he played. I mean, I'd call them currently at least Zhang Tai, top 10, top 5 at the moment, and obviously Chu Bingji. Over the last few years, the most consistent, best Heyball player is Chu Bingji. Yeah, but this is a tough match. Kunpeng against Tang Chunxiao. And in saying that, I was just about to say he really has to be on it in this match. And that's the first mistake from Zhang Kunpeng. Yeah, I can't believe he's missed that. It wasn't too difficult, especially for a player of his caliber. Now Tang Chunxiao at the table. The 2 is a problem, but as long as she can take the 1 to the center pocket, the 2 comes off the table. So just has to finish up these solids at the top end. And between these 2 players, both very attacking, especially Tang Chunxiao, trained by Zheng Yubo. So is Zhang Tai as well. So fierce when they're at the table. Their attacking games are really second to none. The way they're able to attack a frame. So let's see if she can put a second point on the board for herself and make this clearance. Now a little bit far on the 1 to the center for Tang Chunxiao. Remember that the 2 will come off the table if she puts the 1. Black ball does look available to the corners and the centers. So this is all about the cue ball. A little bit more. Oh, she's okay. Zhang Tai is 1-0 up against Zhao Jianbo on table 1. We'll keep you updated to scores with the scores for all the matches at the moment. As Tang Chunxiao takes her second point, she leads 2 frames to 0 over Zhang Kunpeng. Now, this is going to be dangerous if she finds her break. And what I'm going to check is, in her previous matches, how many break and runs did she have? That's going to tell us how she's been breaking. So she did play Zheng Xiaohuai yesterday on TV2, won that 15-10, 4 break-in runs, 4 rack-in runs each for both players. Okay, let's have a look at the match before that against Zhao Jianbo, 13-10.
第3局，唐春晓开球。
13-10, 1 break-in run, 5 rack-in runs. So, looking at her break-in run rate not being that high, it tells me that she's struggling with the break. And so far, that's 2 breaks, 2 breaks for her, 2 dry breaks, and 1 for Kunpeng as well. That was dry. So the reason the last ball is removed, or a handicap ball, is because female players playing against male players get a 1-ball handicap, as well as children under the age of 14 playing against male players get a 1-ball handicap. That's the last ball that comes off the table. Yeah, so just going over the previous stats for Tang Chunxiao in stage 3. Her break and run rate has not been high. Of course, her clearance rate is very high, as we know, but to stay at the table, keep the winner's break going, you have to make those consecutive break and runs, and it doesn't look like she's been doing that. But her opponent, now he is somebody that can. Let's have a look at his match yesterday against Zhang. That match was against Phone Mint, actually. Apologies. He played Phone Mint last night and defeated Phone Mint 15-9. But we were talking about his break and run rate. 15 frames, 6 break and runs, 2 rack and runs. So already a much higher break and run rate for Zhang Kunpeng. If we go to his previous match against Ali Pordell, 13-4, 3 break and runs, 2 rack and runs, and the match against Chu Bingjie scored 13-12. Both players 5 break and runs, 4 rack and runs. So his percentage of making a ball on the break and of break and runs is higher than Tang Chunxiao. And I feel that's the only way. It's the only way he's going to be able to at least hold on to the scoreline or take the lead and keep the lead. He needs to be able to capitalize off her dry breaks if she is breaking dry, and then he needs to make consecutive break and runs, because if he doesn't, he's in trouble as he gets onto the black ball, and this will be for his first point in this match. And it's there, score 2-1 in favor of Tang Chunxiao. 1 rack and run for Zhang Kunpeng, 1 rack and run for Tang Chunxiao.
超级蓝钻皮头，黄金版、白金版，采用进口头层水牛皮，颗颗精选，严格质检，韧性好，弹性持久，世界职业球员必用的皮头。超级蓝钻，一专业，缔造不凡。
And I do think this is going to be a quick match as well. You can see both these players quick when they're at the table. Very attacking. Very wide open breaks as well. So there's no time for safety play between these two players. It's going to be quick fire. Now we are going to see how Zhang Kunpeng is breaking. He broke in the first frame, winning the leg.
第4局，张坤鹏开球。
But this is a player that he can't afford to dry break against. He's made a ball. So Kunpeng uses the power break. Have a look at the power that he gets through. Unbelievable. Yeah, but also with so much power, just take a look at the layout on the table. You've got half the balls on one side of the table, half on the other side. So he's gone solids now. It's just the 6th ball, which actually does look like it does pot, but I think he would want to rather go into that. Yeah, straight away getting the 6 ball free. Now he kept the 7 because the 7 was his recovery ball if that goes wrong. So depending on how wrong it goes, he'd be on the 1, 7 or 5. Or if not, he'd at least be able to see the 3, and that's the reason that these players go into the problem ball straight away. Yeah, so far Kunpeng navigating nicely through the solids. And we were talking about his break and run rate being higher than Tang Chunxiao. He's showing us why. This black ball for his 2nd point and his first break and run. It's there. His first break and run and the first break and run of this match as he makes it 2-all in this race to 17 winners bracket semi-final as well. So 4 frames played, 3 clearances. Not a bad level so far from these two players. Kunpeng to break again. He's made a ball again and it's working for him. The power break is really working for him so far. Especially if you look at the players that he's faced. I mean, Chu Bingjie, Ali Podal, Zhang Tei, and Phone Min Kyo. So his aim at the moment, 17, is quite a long race, so he'd want to get ahead, stay at the table for as long as he can, of course. He's got to know that his opponent is not breaking the best yet. He has to do the most with that. Because he's really up against it. I mean, Tang Chunxiao is a fantastic player. Trained by one of the greats. She's gonna be one of the greats if she's not already. At just 26 years of age to have accomplished what she has. Champion at the Tianjin Super Tour, 3rd at the Masters 2024. Yeah, Kunpeng at the moment looking in very good form. Now, I was at the venue earlier as well for the earlier match, the 10 a.m. losers bracket match. Now, Kunpeng in the winner's side didn't play earlier, but he was in the practice room for a good few hours last night after the matches in the practice room, before the matches in the practice room. And it goes to show that playing in a tournament, they don't lose focus of their practice routines and the practice that they need to do. If they feel they need to put in 5 hours a day, it doesn't stop because there's a tournament, like it does with most of us. Even now, after this match, you'll see both these players will be in the practice room, and I guarantee you the player that loses will be there for even longer. Zhang Kunpeng takes another point, and that's another break and finish for him as he goes 3-2 up on Tang Chunxiao. 2 break and finishes, 2 consecutive break and finishes for Zhang Kunpeng. It's not often that we see so many consecutives with the break that Kunpeng has. So much of power injected into that break. The cue ball is going anywhere. I mean, you cannot make a ball. You can pot the cue ball off the table. And that's why I prefer the softer control break where they're consistently making a ball in the center. The thing is, you can't rely on that. And this seems to, this seems to be more reliable actually, which is why so many players were using this break before. As we see the 13 going into the center pocket. And he is still one of the players that utilize that break, as you saw. It's a very tough break to master with the cue going right back. See the players almost jumping off the ground on that break. And off he goes again. Black ball is a bit tricky at the moment as it doesn't pass into the center pockets. And now does he try and nudge the 11 off the 12 that he plays next? Yeah, that's the 12 to the center pocket, so does he play a bit of a screw back and go into it? Or does he just land behind it, roll it in and play the 10 afterwards? No, he's not taking any chances. Done well to get the cue ball off the rail as well, which means naturally, at whatever pace he plays this, he's getting the cue ball off the cushion to play the 10 afterwards. Yeah, very nice pot down the right hand side cushion from Kunpeng. Now, thread the gap between the 6 and the 1. And that is almost perfect from Zhang Kunpeng. He's got the potting angle, and this for his 4th point and 3rd consecutive break and run. It's there.
第6局，张坤鹏胜，比分4比2，开球清台。谢谢。
一线赛事指定台名：丁俊晖、奥沙利文、郑宇博、楚秉杰等国内外一线球星代言。利百文，中国台米领导品牌。
Look, we all know it's a long race to 17, but Kunpeng at the moment he's in stellar form. So far leading 4-2 against Tang Chunxiao, 3 break and runs, 1 rack and run, and 3 consecutive break and runs for him.
第7局，张坤鹏开球。
Now, if she keeps breaking the way she has been and he keeps playing the way he has been, that's his way. And he's made a ball again. Now, if you've been on the live stream in the past few matches, you've seen players struggling with dry breaks. And you can see what the answer is. If the soft break doesn't work, change it to this break. Now, most of the Chinese players, they've perfected this break as well. The full power break. If you've watched it closely, it's not a normal break at all. It's a trained break. They've really trained on that. If you are on social media, you'd have seen Mick Hill posted a video with Wang Sinhua, one of the top Chinese female players, And she was actually demonstrating the break to him. You can see how many aspects there is to it. Power actually comes from the hips, not the back arm. Yeah, he looks to be in blinding form at the moment, but also when you know you're playing against a force, which is Tang Chunxiao, you see how quickly she can clear up a table. You really have to be on it, and yeah, Zhang Kunpeng has really brought his A game to this match. Yeah, he's going to be leaving himself a medium distance one ball to the bottom right corner pocket after this. Should have a slight angle. He should be able to stun down for the 7 afterwards. But that's going to be the key shot. If this goes in, it's going to be another one for Kunpeng. It's there. Yeah, very nicely played, very controlled at the moment is Zhang Kunpeng. And currently on table 1, Zhang Tai is 3-2 up against Zhao Jianbo. Gareth Potts 2-all with Zhao Ruliang on TV table 2. Now the other tables are available on WPAlive.tv. That is a website. It's WPA's new live streaming website with on-demand matches as well, previous matches that have been played. So if you do want to view the other tables, have a look at that page, WPAlive.tv. Yeah, I can see Gareth is at the table currently, and yeah, he looks to be going 3-2 up against Zhao Ruliang. Yeah, he does so. And that's another break and run for Zhang Kunpeng, 4 in a row now. As he leads Tang Chunxiao 5 frames to 2. So far, have a look at the stats on your screen. Zhang Kunpeng, 4 break and runs, 1 rack and run, 4 consecutive with 5 points. So far, he has played an absolutely perfect game. The last player was He Wen Chong against Zhao Ruliang. And that was in the Division 1 tour. 6 break and runs consecutively in that. So are we going to see the same, or are we going to see more from Zhang Kunpeng? He's made a ball on the break again, and I can tell you what, he's going to just keep going as long as he pots a ball. Because you can't let that young lady to the table. Yeah, now Kunpeng, he did win the Changchun Super Tour last year. He was also run-up at the Lishan Division 1 station, but other than that, top 32, top 16 finishes. So it's about time. It really is about time, and I believe it's his time. With the way he's been playing, the players that he's had to go through to get here. I mean, to be the player that takes Chu Bingjie out of the winner's bracket, that says a lot. Can he get through to the 14? 14 is the green stripe at the bottom of the table.
10秒。有，延时。
He's looking at banking the 13. If this doesn't go in, the consecutive break and run streak is over. It's close. It's very close. It's there. I tell you what. This is unbelievable at the moment from Zhang Kunpeng. What a recovery that is. Not only the pot, getting the 10 off the rail, staying on the 14. Potting the 14, landing on the 10. Tang Chunxiao quickly went 2-0 up. First taking advantage of the dry break, then a miss from Kunpeng. And after that, all she's done is dry break. She's come to the table. In the third frame, she's broke dry. And this is the result. He's had her sat in the chair for the last 5 frames. Oh, he's lost the cue ball. He's lost the cue ball. Now, to me, it doesn't look like he can get through to the natural bank. Can he just get past the 5? He might need a touch of side on the cue ball to check it back, but it looks like he's not playing any side. Yeah, he's center. It's going to be close. And that's in. I tell you what, this is unbelievable. I can't believe it. I can't believe what I'm watching. I really can't. 5 break and runs in a row for Kunpeng, and that brings us to the 8-frame player break already. I had no idea it was already 8 frames. 6-2 to Zhang Kunpeng over Tang Chunxiao. We will be back in about 5 minutes,
比赛专用提醒您，精彩比赛马上开始。一线赛事指定台名：丁俊晖、奥沙利文、郑宇博、楚秉杰等国内外一线球星代言。利百文，中国台米领导品牌。方寸间雕刻，毫厘间相见。成木质之美，雕琢洞天，遇腾龙之势，巧思匠心，以点线面，以小信大，无蜘蛛匠心之作。河北省天一集团创立于2013年，
注册资金500万，员工230余名，有着10余年的生产经验及研发设计、生产销售于一体的大型生产企业。优秀的员工、先进的技术、精良的设备，严格的管理使公司得以不断的发展壮大。精确、可靠、专业是我们生产的精神和服务信念。
天一沙发，让舒适无处不在。
园有枳兮，篱有兰，这里生态优美，山清水秀，五水河畔，光影四射，它是那么的灵动和风雅。芷江是侗族人民自治县，是一座被少数民族侗乡文化所萦绕的魅力之城。湖南省100名最美扶贫人物维厨酒庄董事长吴如女士，在2001年激情焕发，投资农业，扎根芷江。经过多年耕耘，刺葡萄种植基地连绵有5万多亩。他带领当地村民把优质的刺葡萄打造成了集种植、生产、加工、观光于一体的农旅典范，助力富民产业与全域旅游、生态建设、乡村振兴深度融合。行走在酒庄，可见东南亚风格的酒吧，配套齐全的露营基地，风格迥异的美食餐厅，小资情调的清清民宿，典雅精致的侗族演艺大厅1000个春天，更有气势恢宏的侗家鼓楼巨福楼，楼高30多米。巨福楼广场可同时容纳1万名游客，荷花满园的田园，一花一世界，一步一风景，宛若世外桃源。维厨酒庄非物质文化收藏馆陈列了侗家织布机等非物质文化物件。漫步在幽静和散发着清香的刺葡萄园中，畅享丰收的喜悦，让你心旷神怡。走进酒庄地下酒窖，扑面而来的葡萄酒香味儿，让你仿佛沐浴在温情浪漫的红酒文化之中。维厨酒庄的建设始终以世界的眼光、国际的标准，以宾客为尊的理念，高标准、高质量建成了中国最美侗乡酒庄，同时酿造出了品质一流的红酒。近2年来，酒庄开展了采摘节、小丑节、亚伦蒂尼飞虎 P40潮流音乐节，以及怀化味道第7届高山刺葡萄节等丰富多彩的主题活动。期间人声鼎沸，好评如潮。维厨酒庄还倾力打造了大型文旅实景演绎《侗情芷江》，以浓郁的侗乡文化大餐惊艳呈现。维厨酒庄的美食自成体系，有精、美、情、礼的特色，科学布局业态，全力做好文旅加电商加乡村振兴，着力打造网红打卡之地，形成了3农服务的文旅 IP。感受侗族风情，品尝红酒和美食，沉浸于载歌载舞之中，尽情享受红酒与艺术碰撞的文化盛宴，享受诗酒远方的美好愿景。维厨有酒，于斯为醉。中国最美侗乡酒庄，欢迎您！
我是代言人郑卫国，星星暴走，年轻自由。
我是代言人雨龙海，星星暴走，年轻自由。
我是代言人楚秉杰，星星暴走，年轻自由。
I was born in Louisiana. My mama told my papa, our little boy has got the blues.
暂停结束。 束，比赛继续。第9局，张坤鹏开球。犯规。先后自由球。
And we are back after that player break, and what a time to have the break. I can guarantee you Kunpeng would have loved to stay out there. He was on 5 consecutive break-in runs from 2-0 down. He ran 6 frames in a row, 1 rack and run off Tang Chunxiao's dry break, and 5 consecutive break-in runs after that, and now he spotted the cue ball on the break, so that streak comes to an end. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because, I mean, it's amazing to see a player do something like that. I think the most I've seen on the TV table, 6 or 7. So Tang Chunxiao with ball in hand behind the balk line. She's played forward as you have to in the rules of Heyball. Now the 2 ball, most likely gonna be her last ball. Yeah, she's found a combination in there, made it work. Now the 4-5, she plays the 4-5, the 4 is gonna go the opposite direction. That's the only problem with that. She played to land on the 3 after that shot. As you can see, the 4 went up table a little bit. Is she taking the 4 to the top left? She is. It's close, but it's not there. And has she blocked that pocket? So she did not make the most of that opportunity at the table. The chance that she did have to put Kunpeng in his chair. So she's been sat for 6 frames and the break. She hasn't been to the table. Her first time to the table. And she's just had 3 shots. On table 1, Zhang Tai is 5-2 up over Zhao Jianbo. Matches are going quite quickly. Phoneman Cure 4-2 up against Zheng Zhaohai. And Gareth Potts currently 4-3 down to Zhao Ruliang. Yeah, that's a bad result on the cue ball for Zhang Kunpeng. Yeah, pretty much his only option, and I think he's actually covered the 4 at the top. So he hasn't left any real opportunity for Tang Chunxiao. So this is our first tactical frame that we have after 8 frames of play. In those 8 frames, we've seen 7 one-visit clearances.
10秒。5、4、3。
Yeah, it's not a bad shot. She's put the 3 in front of the right center pocket on our screen. And she hasn't given Kunpeng access to the stripes at the top of the table. Yeah, the ones come off the cushion a bit much. She's got a pot on the one to the center. It's a tough one with the cue ball being where it is, but she'll naturally have the 3 to the center, and she should even be on the 4. That's sitting between the stripes at the top left. This goes in. Frame could be hers. It's there. Yeah, and as I said, she's on the 4 and she's on the 3. Now one ball must come off the table. Yeah, it'll be the 2 ball. As the 2 ball is taken off the table by the referee, and this black ball for her 3rd point. It's there. She trails Zhang Kunpeng 6 frames to 3 in this race to 17 winner break, winners bracket semi-final. And on TV table 2, Gareth Potts has equalized just before the play interval 4-all against Zhao Ruliang. 1 break and run each, 2 rack and runs each in that match.
第10局，唐春晓开球。
Tang Chunxiao 6-3 down. Now her breaks have not been working. Would be a good time for them to start working, but it's not there. She's definitely put more power into that. You could see the effort that went into that break. She hasn't made a ball, and if this keeps going the same way, that's going to be the deciding factor. We've seen what Zhang Kunpeng can do. 5 consecutive break and runs. So now the question is, can he repeat that? In my opinion, that's the only way for him to win this match and to defeat Tang Chunxiao, because if he lets it at the table with a half a chance, she's making the clearance. And then he's the one sat in that chair. Yeah, nicely done so far, navigating through the stripes and around the solids in the balk area of the table. Now 14 at the center pocket. He's not going to use it. He's connecting straight to the balls at the bottom of the table. Now he's cannoned the black ball, and that couldn't have worked out any better for him. Just like that, he's opened the 10. The black ball still pots, as you can see, to the same pocket. Yeah, that's, I'd say that's the best shot of the match thus far. Because if that went wrong, he was in trouble. I mean, the black ball could have gone between 4 and 3, could have lost the cue ball. He's playing into such a small area now to take on a shot like that, to execute a shot like that against a player who will definitely capitalize on your mistake. And this black ball for his 7th point and second rack and run of this match. It's there. Zhang Kunpeng leads 7 frames to 3. So once again, he's kept the 4-frame gap, and he is breaking in the next frame. This tournament is being played on the Joy Q8 steel block golden leg table, clothed with the Lieberwin 8848. It's a very fine nap cloth, very fast, very accurate, very slick. And these are the best conditions to play the game of Hball. It's the reason that these conditions are used around the world, recently for the Champion of Champions as well, all the continental events. The Joy Q8 paired with the Lieberwin 8848. Break is unbelievable. The amount of power that goes into that break. So far, Kunpeng, out of 8 breaks, he's potted on 5 occasions. And when he's potted, he's gone on to make a break and run. So that's his statistics. Tang Chunxiao securing stripes. Now she's looking at the 13-10. The 10 does go at the moment, but there is also a set combination on the 13 and the 10. But if there's no need for the combination, rather not play it. If she can land on the 10, which she can. So looking like she is going to pull one back. Very confident when she's at the table is Tang Chunxiao. She's going to need a recovery shot on the 13. Good thing is she also has the 11 on the bottom left of your screen. So if she does play on the 14 and overruns it, she should still be on the 11 as well.
10秒。5、4。
Yeah, no need for recovery. She's played that with a lot of inside English. Check the cue ball off the top of the ball cushion. Yeah, very nicely done. As the 11 comes off the table and this black ball for a rack and run for her. That's her second rack and run of the match. She's able to hold on and keep the gap at just 3 at the moment. She will be breaking in the next frame. And as you can see, she is really taking advantage of Kunpeng's mistakes, dry breaks, missed balls. Those are the frames she's won. So far, no break and runs for Tang Chunxiao, but if she does get the break right, starts to make a ball on the break, you can see how easily and how quickly she's able to clear out a frame. So Tang Chunxiao to break in this winner's break, race to 17. She's currently 7-4 down against Zhang Kunpeng. The 5 is in. And she's actually put the white ball very close to where Kunpeng puts it. Yeah, usually so strong with those shots is Tang Chunxiao, but she's missed it. Secured solids and then missed the 3, so she's brought Zhang Kunpeng back to the table. He's on stripes. And now, straight away, look at the top right of your screen, the 6 and the 14. Now, the 6 not a problem for Tang Chunxiao, of course, as the 6 ball will come off the table as her last ball, but Kunpeng needs to take care of the 14. Now, which ball is he going to use? Is he going to use the 11? He has two choices, 11 and 10, but needs to have the perfect angle on them to be able to get into the 14. The 14 is too far from the pocket to use it to pot the ball. No, he's taking the 15. He's doing it now. It's not there. I expected him to actually get into the cue ball a little bit more with a shot like that. Had to opt for the safety shot instead. He's tried to get the cue ball behind the 10, managed to get the 14 out. And he's given Tang Chunxiao something to think about, because there's not many places for her to get the cue ball safe now. The stripes are all potable. And she's left the 12 to the center. Yeah, really nice pot from Kunpeng off one cushion and up the table for the 10. Now 14 pots in the same pocket as the 10. Also in the center, but that's not the kind of ball you want to take to the center. Better off getting right behind it. Black ball does go to the left center, left bottom corner pocket. And I think he's made an error there. Yeah, he's not. To me, it doesn't look like he's on the 11 to the center. Yeah, he wasn't. So that's why he's put the cue ball where he has, and also not too bad. The 2 does go though. The 2 does go to the bottom right corner pocket past the 3. Yeah, but that's an error from Zhang Kunpeng. It should have been a point secured for him. And that mistake from Zhang Kunpeng is going to cost him the frame as the last ball comes off the table. This black ball for Tang Chunxiao to take her 5th point. And now only trailing by 2 frames, score 7-5 in favor of Kunpeng.
俺老孙啥功名不要，只求回到这花果山中了，过过逍遥日子。
天要求干，化一切为可能。
And on table 1, Zhao Jianbo has taken the lead against Zhang Tai for 6 frames to 5. Gareth Potts is down on TV table 2, 6-4 to Zhao Ruliang. And Fonman Kyo 5-3 up against Zheng Xiaowai. And in this match on TV table 1, semi-final in the winners bracket.
第13局，唐真孝开球。
Zhang Kunpeng against Tang Chunxiao. Score is 7-5. Tang Chunxiao is down by 2 points. And she's made a ball again. Has not taken her that long to adjust something in her break and start making a ball on the break, and it's a good thing she has done. Going into the first break at 8 frames, she was 6-2 down after Kunpeng went for 5 consecutive break and runs in a row. So from 4 frames down, she's brought it back to just within 2 now at 7-5. Stripes in play for Tang Chunxiao. Good opportunity for her to get her first break and run on the board and get another point as well. And so far, out of all the matches at the moment, this is the quickest match. Oh, that's not there. She's missed that ball to the top right corner pocket, table over to Zhang Kunpeng, but what has she left him? Oh, what a shot that is. That is a brilliant shot. That's 5 first. You're playing the 5 first. The 5 cannons the cue ball into the 1. That's a very nice shot from Zhang Kunpeng. He's had a look at whether the 2 ball passes the 9 into the top left corner pocket. This tells us that it does. camera is right behind the two. It's very close. I think you're actually playing that towards the outside jaw. Yeah, no problem at all. Played that positively. Managed to get the cue ball around 2 cushions back to the center of the table. And so far he's been making the clearances of his own break and of hers, but has to also take advantage of these opportunities within a frame. The reason I say that is because he didn't do that in the previous frame, and that's why the score is 7-5 and not 8-4. Left an angle on the 6 ball to move the cue ball to get nicely on the black ball. And this is his first visit to the table after Tang Chunxiao broke. It's there, and this black ball to the left center pocket for his 8th point and 3rd rack and run in this match. It's there, he takes it. And so far, Zhang Kunpeng, 8 points, 8 clearances, 5 break and runs, 3 rack and runs. So 100% clearance rate at the moment for Kunpeng. Yeah, he's playing like an absolute machine at the moment. There's the statistics. 3 break and runs, 3 rack and runs. 5 break and runs, 3 rack and runs, and 2 rack and runs for Tang Chunxiao. Now, we did see her getting the break right, so Kunpeng would have seen that, so he's going to try once again very hard to keep her in a chair and put as many points on the board as he can, because you can see just how quickly she's able to get back into the match. Now watch the break closely. Have a look at the break. Have a look at the power. You see what I mean? The cue ball has stayed on the table. Unbelievable. 3 balls in on the break. I was going to say, does he have a first shot? And he does. Stripes in play for Kunpeng. Now currently 11 does not go into the bottom right. It does look like the 12 can go into the bottom left past the 6 and the 1. He's going to be playing on the 11 to the center here. He needs the cue ball to hold up, and yeah, almost perfect. The angle is going to bring him into the 12, but he's got the 15 in balk that he has to take care of. So this is the reason that he took the 12 first, leave the 11 to the center to have the angle to get up to the 15, and I mean, he's judged that to perfection. So far in this match, Kunpeng almost flawless. And that is another break and run for him. Currently on 6 break and runs, he leads 9 frames to 5 over Tang Chunxiao. So currently, Kunpeng on 6 break and runs. That's now his first one after the 5 consecutive earlier that he had before the 8 frame play interval when he did go 6-2 up on Tang Chunxiao. At that time having a 4-point lead. Once again, a 4-point lead being 9-5 up. Dry break, but look at the top right corner. You'll see the 15 heading there. The 11 knocks into the 15 but doesn't knock it in. So he's not able to get another streak of break and runs is Kunpeng. But leading by 4 frames. Currently 14 frames played. At 16 frames played, we will have another player break. Let's have a look at the scores on the other tables. On table 1, it's 6 all between Zhang Tai and Zhao Jianbo. Gareth Potts is 9-4 down against Zhao Ruliang. The score was 4 all at the player break. And I can see why. Zhao Ruliang 5 break and runs, 3 rack and runs. So Zhao Ruliang is on fire in that match. And Phoneman Kyo 6-3 up against Zheng Xiaohai. Will be the ball that comes off the table for Tang Chunxiao. So just has to make position on the 9 of 1 cushion. And it's scary how quick she can put together a clearance like this and put together so many frames and be right back in the match. Saying that, she's underrun the position on the black ball. She was playing for the bottom left corner pocket. Oh, look at that. I don't believe it. She's hung the black ball off Zhang Kunpeng's dry break. Yeah, caught the inside jaw. Now, what can he do? This is now a huge frame that he's back at the table. Should have been her point. Score should have been 9-6. But if he can do something, could make the score 10-5. It doesn't help. Look at where the cue ball is. 2 ball's a problem. Okay, the 6 goes, but the main problem is where the cue ball currently is. Has to find an opening pot. Is it there? It's there. Oh, look at that. He wanted to get the 2 off the cushion at the same time. Now this will sting. If he can make this clearance, this is gonna sting. Look, for him, sat in his chair, this was a frame gone already. After the dry break, he sat in that chair. He knew she's taking this frame, but what a steal this will be. Has the angle on the 1 to get to the 2. Watch the cue ball fly. There you go. Second time unlucky. To his benefit, he's still got a pot on at least. I mean, the cue ball could have ended up on the ball cushion. So you can clearly see he doesn't want to leave the 2 as his last ball. I mean, play it from where it lies. Get the cue ball in the gap between black ball and the 2. And once again, he's got an angle on the 3. He's going to go for it. Now, the problem with this is he needs to cannon into it on the right side. So from where he is, you're looking at, he needs to hit the right-hand side of the 2 ball to push it to the right side of the table on our screen. He's got it, he's made contact, he's definitely made it easier. He's given himself more of a window to get into. He's got a slightly easier pot, but look at the positional shot required now. What a steal this will be. The difference between 9-6 and 10-5. It's all about the cue ball. It's all about the cue ball. He needs a good bounce. Could have come closer. Now, how are you playing this shot? Are you rolling it? Or are you punching it? And I tell you, from this camera angle, this looks much easier than that shot actually is. And what a steal. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Zhang Kunpeng to take his 10th point and steal the frame from Tang Chunxiao. Kunpeng leading 10 frames to 5. Frames currently played in this race to 17, so we will be having a player break after this frame. 16th frame in play now, score 10-5 in favor of Zhang Kunpeng. And I have to say, no matter what happens in this match, if he keeps breaking like this throughout the tournament, he's a strong favorite. I've said Garrett's a strong favorite as well, but in the form that Kunpeng is, he's also strong favorites to go really deep into this tournament. I'm talking top 3, top 2, even winning. So at the moment, Potts up against Zhao Ruliang. Score is 9-4 to Ruliang. See, Potts is at the table at the moment. Zhang Tei has taken the lead 8-6 over Zhao Jianbo. Phoneman Cure 7-4 up against Zhang Zhaohuai. These other tables can be found live on wpalive.tv. That is WPA's new live website. Now, does the 3 go? With the way he's played that, he's not played into the 3, so... tells me that the 3 must go. It doesn't look like it does. Yeah, I'm surprised at that, unless he's going to use the 4 now to get into the 3. Yeah, this angle is quite deceiving. It really is. From here, it looks like the 3 can't go, but I'm sure if we get a view from behind the 3, it most probably can. He's played on it. Just a reminder, this is the 16th frame, so play a break after this frame. And as you see, 3 definitely does go almost perfect on the 1 to the bottom right corner pocket. And really, this is class. Absolute clinic from Zhang Kunpeng with another break and run to go up 11 frames to 5 over Tang Chunxiao. We will have a 5-minute break. And currently, Kunpeng is on 7 break and runs, 3 rack and runs out of 11 points. He leads 11-5, Tang Chunxiao on 2 rack and runs only.
郑宇博、楚秉杰等国内外一线球星代言。厉百文，中国台泥领导品牌。方寸间雕刻，毫厘间镶嵌。成木质之美，雕琢洞天，与腾龙之势，巧思匠心。 以点线面，以小线大，无蜘蛛匠心之作。
河北省天一集团创立于2013年，注册资金500万，员工230余名，有着10余年的生产经验及研发设计、生产销售于一体的大型生产企业。优秀的员工、先进的技术、精良的设备。 严格的管理使公司得以不断的发展壮大，精确、可靠、专业是我们生产的精神和服务信念。
天一沙发让舒适无处不在。
园有枳溪，篱有兰，这里生态优美，山清水秀，五水河畔，光影四射，它是那么的灵动和风雅。芷江是侗族人民自治县。 是一座被少数民族侗乡文化所萦绕的魅力之城。湖南省100名最美扶贫人物唯厨酒庄董事长吴如女士，在2001年激情焕发，投资农业，扎根芷江。经过多年耕耘，刺葡萄种植基地连绵有5万多亩。 他带领当地村民把优质的刺葡萄打造成了集种植、生产、加工、观光于一体的农旅典范，助力富民产业与全域旅游、生态建设、乡村振兴深度融合。 行走在酒庄，可见东南亚风格的酒吧，配套齐全的露营基地，风格迥异的美食餐厅，小资情调的千金民宿，典雅精致的侗族演艺大厅，1000个春天，更有气势恢宏的侗家鼓楼巨福楼，楼高30多米，巨福楼广场可同时容纳1万名游客。荷花满园的田园，一花一世界，一步一风景，宛若世外桃源。维楚酒庄非物质文化收藏馆陈列了侗家织布机等非物质文化物件。漫步在幽静和散发着清香的刺葡萄园中，畅享丰收的喜悦，让你心旷神怡。走进酒庄地下酒窖，扑面而来的葡萄酒香味儿，让你仿佛沐浴在温情浪漫的红酒文化之中。维楚酒庄的建设始终以世界的眼光、国际的标准，以宾客为尊的理念，高标准、高质量建成了中国最美侗乡酒庄，同时酿造出了品质一流的红酒。近2年来，酒庄开展了采摘节、小丑节、亚伦蒂尼飞虎 P40潮流音乐节，以及怀化味道第7届高山刺葡萄节等丰富多彩的主题活动。期间，人声鼎沸，好评如潮。维楚酒庄还倾力打造了大型文旅实景演绎《侗情芷江》，以浓郁的侗乡文化大餐惊艳呈现。维楚酒庄的美食自成体系，有精、美、情、礼的特色，科学布局业态，全力做好文旅加电商加乡村振兴，着力打造网红打卡之地，形成了3农服务的文旅 IP。感受侗族风情，品尝红酒和美食，沉浸于载歌载舞之中，尽情享受红酒与艺术碰撞的文化盛宴，享受诗酒远方的美好愿景。维楚有酒，于斯为醉。中国最美侗乡酒庄，欢迎您！
我是代言人郑伟国，星星暴走，年轻自由。
我是代言人雨龙海，星星暴走，年轻自由。
我是代言人楚秉杰，星星暴走，年轻自由。
I was born in Louisiana. My mama told my papa, our little boy has got the blues.
暂停结束，比赛继续。第17局，张坤鹏开球。
And we are back after that player break. Score is 11-5 in favor of Zhang Kunpeng. Previous frame before the break and run for him. So he's currently on 1 consecutive at the moment. 7 in total. Yeah, but so far, frame of the match has to be when he got his 10th point. Tang Chunxiao on a break and finish of her own, and then hung the black ball at the pocket. And from nowhere, from absolutely nowhere, it didn't look like there was a finish on for Kunpeng. Yeah, and that break is really working for him so far in the tournament. I'd say highest percentage ball off a break. Well, a strong contender for second would be Gareth Potts. He's breaking nicely as well. We did see his match against Kong Zhijiang on TV Table 1 last night. But so far, this man right here on the table, he's showing us, he is really showing us why he is going to be going really deep in this tournament. And really, it's about time. I mean, he's always been, yeah, that was a tough shot going into the 15. But he's always been on it. He's always been right there. And he's had some really tough draws in previous tournaments. Even this one, to get through Chu Bingjie and Phone Mint, it's a very, very tough draw. And as you saw this morning, an in-form Phone Mint Kyo. Score from TV Table 2, Gareth Potts is 10-5 down against Zhao Ruliang. Gareth with 1 break-in run, 3 rack-in runs. Ruliang with 5 break-in runs and 3 rack-in runs. So, the pattern's been, whenever Kunpeng does give Tang Chunxiao a chance, she is able to make the clearance, usually in 1 visit, so should be taking her 6th point here, should Tang Chunxiao. Yeah, I can't believe that's not gone in. I think she was so focused on where the cue ball was going, because 11-5 down, I don't think she's feeling that much of pressure. I mean, these players, they play against each other all the time. You have to remember there's local competitions all the time in China. The likes of Ruliang, Kunpeng, Liu Haitao at these tournaments. But also, I have to say, in this match, Kunpeng is a real force to be reckoned with. Just those 5 consecutive break-in runs alone. Now, he wanted the cue ball slightly further up the table on that shot. He wanted to be able to play the 13, get into the 12 from there. And that's why he's chosen to reroute, and what a big shot. You know, I've never seen Kunpeng as such a shot maker as he is today. I mean, some of the recovery shots he's pulled off today have been unbelievable. It's there, and the black ball waits for him in the top corner pocket, and this is for his 12th point to be 12-5 up, 7 points in the lead against Tang Chunxiao. So now at 12-5 up, He's just 5 frames from the finish line and 7 frames away from his opponent. And the only real way to make a comeback now is for Tang Chunxiao to be able to put together a few consecutive break and runs, but the worrying thing is that she doesn't have a single break and run yet. You know, I do think that the frame where Kunpeng went 10-5 up, the 15th frame where Tang Chunxiao hung the black ball, I think that stung. That was almost a certain point for her. I tell you, Kunpeng had accepted that that was her point sat in his chair when she was on that break and run. She as well had accepted that that's her point. 9-6 was supposed to be the score, not 10-5. And he's come out of nowhere and just stolen that frame from her. That was a tough frame to lose for Tang Chunxiao. And with Zhang Kunpeng potting off the break the way he is, that percentage well in the 60s now of potting a ball off the break. Does she get a good chance to actually come back into this match? I know you'd say that he's still 5 away from the finish line, but look at the way he's playing. He's made 5 consecutive break and runs. You're telling me he can't put together 5 clearances, even off her dry break? Look, I've watched Kunpeng play a lot, but I haven't seen him practice this much as I have in this tournament. Every time I've walked through the practice room, no matter what time it is, he's on the table. And this black ball for another break and run, and his 13 point. He leads 13-5 over Tang Chunxiao. That's 8. Yep, that's 8 break and runs, 3 rack and runs for Zhang Kunpeng. So Gareth Potts has made it 10-6. He's got his 6 point. Ru Liang is still leading 10 frames to 6. He's picked up another point as Gareth Potts from 10-5 to 10-6 at the 16 frame player interval. Try break. Yes, it is. Nothing in on that occasion. And on table 1, Zhang Tai and Zhao Jianbo. Zhao Jianbo has gone a 9-8 up. 5 break and runs, 2 rack and runs from Zhao Jianbo. That is a loser's bracket match, so loser of that match will be going home out of the tournament. Phone Cure currently 8 frames up. He's 8-5 up against Zheng Xiaohuai. And here on TV table 1, Zhang Kunpeng, 13-5 up on Tang Chunxiao. Courtesy of 8 break-and runs, 3 rack-and runs. It's been a while since we've seen quality like that. Now the black ball at the moment is a problem for both players. It looks like Tang Chunxiao should be on the black ball first. Doesn't have to worry about the 9 tied up with the solids. Top right hand side of the table on our screen. A little bit of good fortune. Kiss off the 7 for the cue ball. Keeps the cue ball in the middle of the table. At the moment, solids are not looking good for Kunpeng if he does come to the table, but that's the same thing that I said before in the frame that he stole. Black ball doesn't pot from where it is, so she's going to have to use the 12. She's landed straight on the 14. To land on the 12 next, she's going to have to use the 12 to get into the black ball. And there we see there is a there's an angle on the 12. I thought if she was perfectly straight on it, she could just screw back into the black ball, but there is a slight angle. And she has to bridge over the black ball as well. Now where is the black ball going? Top left corner pocket. Yeah, from that angle to get the cross bank, I'm quite surprised at that. And the reason why is, to me, it looked like the black ball was frozen as well. So the black ball's on the side of the table on our screen, so all Kunpeng needs to do is leave the cue ball there. So now this has become another huge frame in this match, the difference between 13-6 or 14-5. It's there. Yeah, good pot from Tang Chunxiao. 13-6, she gets her 6 point on the scoreboard.
20局，唐春晓开球。
That's a better break from her, making the 13 in the left center pocket. It's currently 13-6 down on Zhang Kunpeng. Yeah, now we're gonna see how quick she can put together a few frames. Is yet to make a break and run in this match is Tang Chunxiao. And she needs one now. It's a very quick player as well. You can see how fast she is around the table, thinks very quickly. Yeah, so far so good. Can leave the 3 on the left-hand side cushion as her last ball. Black ball does pass to the center pocket. And she will come and have a look at exactly where she needs to be. Shows you the discipline of a player to do that. As the last ball goes into the pocket, this black ball for her 7th point and first break and run of the match.
第20局，唐春晓胜，比分7比13，开球清台。谢谢。
So Tang Chunxiao gets her first break and run off the match. Score now 13-7 to Zhang Kunpeng. He has 8 break and runs, 3 rack and runs. Tang Chunxiao, 1 break and run, 2 rack and runs. So now that she's made her first break and run in the match, she needs to keep doing that. She needs to put together more. She's 6 frames down. Kunpeng is just 4 frames away from the finish line, race to 17.
第21局，唐春晓开球。
So she has made a ball on the break. That's exactly what she needs. solids in play for Tang Chunxiao. Now, can she come back? And with how fast she does play, it's not going to take her long to do so. So tomorrow, 25th of September, we have round 7 of the losers bracket at 12 o'clock in the day, and then that's local time here in China, and at 5 p.m. the final of the winners bracket. That'll be tomorrow evening. So winner of this match against the winner of the match on TV table 2 between Gareth Potts and Zhao Ruliang will be playing in the final of the winners bracket. Then on the 26th, we'll have round 8 of the losers bracket, final of the losers bracket, and the grand final on the 27th of September at 4 p.m. local time. As we see Tang Chunxiao on this black ball, this for her second break and run, second consecutive break and run, and 8th point, and it's there. And it's scary how quick she is putting these frames together now. And this time, after those 2 consecutive break and runs, look at how many balls have gone in. I saw the cue ball into the center. I think she's potted about 3 object balls on that break. Cue ball into the center, 1 into the center as well. I think it's 4. Four balls potted on that break, excluding the cue ball. So ball in hand behind the balk line for Zhang Kunpeng. Referee already calling 10 seconds. Now, although so many balls have been potted on the break, because of the cue ball being potted, he had to put it behind the balk line and has to play forward, so he couldn't play the 14 or the 12 in balk. He had to play down table. Now he's not going to take on the 13 or the 11 as his first shot, so that's why he's gone solids. Although solids is quite tough. The black ball does go, but it doesn't look like the 6 does. Neither does the 3, although it might go now. He's going to have a look at whether it goes into the top right or the top left. So from this angle, we can clearly see it does go into the top right corner pocket. Six is still a problem, however. Yeah, it looked like Tang Chunxiao had found some sort of rhythm. Breaks were looking good, and look at this break, potting 4 balls on the break. So now has to land on the 3. Oh, he's not happy about that. He had so much into that cue ball. If it didn't catch the stripe, very good chance it was coming into the angle of the 3 off 2 cushions. Zhao Ruliang has taken another frame. He's 11-6 up against Gareth Potts at the moment. Now, he hasn't really left anything easy on for Tang Chunxiao. She looks like she's taking the 14 to the left center pocket. Goes past the 6. No, she's not. She's deciding to play safe. She's pushed the black ball. She has left the 6 open. Yeah, now pushing the black ball benefits her because she could leave the pink 12 as her last ball. That's a very clever shot. It's a very clever shot from Kunpeng. So she now has 3 balls. That are very tough on the table. Okay, she's managed to open up the path of the 14. Expected the 6 to sit in the pocket. It's come out slightly. And the problem is not if he can pot it, it's that the black ball currently doesn't pot. He's going for this full attack. Oh, he's got to rely on a bit of luck. He's on the 3. The 3 goes to the center. But the shot that Tang played earlier to cover the black ball, that's currently saving her. Now the only option I see, he banks this to the right center, force follow through the cue ball up to the black ball. There we go. Yeah, it was worth a try. I must say, Kunpeng gets effortless reaction out of that cue ball. You can see it, very good stroke. And now just having 1 ball left on the table, he's in trouble. I expected her to do better than that. She should have been able to get the cue ball right behind the 12 on that shot. Now once again, this is a steal. He is going to drill this 3 in. Yeah, cue ball off 1, 2, 3, 4 cushions to get to the black ball, and yeah, now the frame surely over to Tang Chunxiao. Gareth Potts is currently playing on TV table 2. He's down 11-7 to Zhao Ruliang, and if you want to have a look at the other tables, they are on WPAlive.tv. That is WPA's website. WPAlive.tv for the other tables that are currently live in this round of matches. Just 4 tables, 8 players left in the tournament, 4 matches on at the moment. Just has to put the 13, the 11 doesn't matter, it comes off the table. Yeah, it's there. And this black ball for Tang Chunxiao to get her 9th point on the board. Now trailing by just 4 frames.
第23局，唐春晓开球。
So 22 frames played so far, score 13-9 in favor of Zhang Kunpeng over Tang Chunxiao, and that's a try break from her. So she's made quite a comeback from 13-5 down to 13-9. She's now within 4 frames. And he's within 4 frames from the finish line. This is a race to 17 winners break format in this winners bracket semi-final match. Winner of this match will play the winner from the Gareth Potts Zhao Ruliang match, which is on TV table 2. Score currently is 12-7 to Zhao Ruliang. Ruliang with 5 break-in runs, 5 rack-in runs. Gareth with 1 break-in run and 4 rack-in runs. And at the moment, Zhang Kunpeng is not getting a good roll of the balls. If that bank would have worked for him in the previous frame would have been his. So in these last 4 frames, it hasn't gone his way, and that's allowed Tang Chunxiao to get right back into this match. Oh, he spotted that. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I have never seen a player play this many recovery shots and pot them. That is a full table cross bank. I cannot believe that shot. Really well deserved. He's had a bad roll of the ball, but look at what he's done to fix it. Ridiculous from Kunpeng. Absolutely ridiculous. And that black ball for 14-9, and that's his 4th rack and run, and that was off Tang Chunxiao's dry break. I really can't believe that he spotted the cross bank, full table length. And if that doesn't go in with where the cue ball's going, Tang Chunxiao's putting together another frame and she's right there back in the match. He's now just 3 away from the finish line is Zhang Kunpeng. And you can see he's had 12 clearances out of his 14 points. Tang Chunxiao with just 4 clearances out of her 9. She has had to grind for every single point in this match. She's had to work really hard. And he's just looking to make one ball on the break. As soon as the ball goes in, he sees the cue ball safe. He's walking to his chair to get his cue. As the 9 goes in, you see he turns. That's all these players want, is a ball to drop on the break. Yeah, it's taking the 5, and the reason for that is to free the 1 ball. See if he can get this right. He's got it right once again, but I'm not going to say he's been that unlucky because he still has the connector. The 7 can still move the 1. Just having a look to see whether the 1 does go directly. If it doesn't, or even if it does, with the angle he has on the 7. Now choosing against it, so 1 ball directly is the play. Yeah, he's landed exactly where he needs to be. on the 1 ball to the bottom left corner pocket. It's there, it's not there. How has that not fallen? Hit that so clean. Ball was in the pocket, look at that. That actually was in the pocket and it pulled out. Unbelievable, how has that not gone in? Yeah, he would have still had to take on the black ball though, but even if he rolled the black ball down to that corner, cued it in, and if he does hang it, he's leaving such a tough clearance. Now all she has to do is play the combination and leave the cue ball in a position where he can't pot the 6, but she hasn't done that. I'm so surprised at that shot. All she had to do, play the 11 onto the 1 in the pocket. And even then, the black ball's not potable to the bottom. She's given him a chance. So he missed a tougher long pot 2 frames ago, which cost him the frame. But he's not going to miss this time. And he wanted to be a little bit more on our side of the table to play the bank on the black ball. It's close. It's there. Recovery specialist Zhang Kunpeng. As he takes his 15th point, he leads 15 frames to 9, and that's 24 frames played. We will have a 5 to 10 minute player break.
乔氏金腿比赛专用，提醒您，精彩比赛马上开始。
老孙啥功名不要，只求回到这花果山中了，过过逍遥日子。
天要求干，换一切为可能。欧尚地毯突破核心科技，从智能车间到高品质球房，重新定义标准，为每一个台球梦想铺好第一步。铺好毯，打好球，不掉毛，零干扰。
职业选手的第一选择，欧尚地毯，掉毛地毯终结者。
超级蓝钻皮头职业版，采用进口头层水牛皮，韧性好，弹性持久，颗颗精选，粒粒碾压，严格质检。世界职业球员必用的皮头，超级蓝钻，祝您夺冠！
罂粟胶边具有国内胶边很难做到的特点，罂粟胶边的硬度达到了45度， 使反射角高度接近入射角，音速整条胶边误差小于20丝，因而各部位酷性一致。欢迎各品牌厂家使用音速胶边来提升台球桌的专业性能。好胶边音塑造，好胶边音塑造。
超级蓝钻皮头，黄金版、白金版，采用进口头层水牛皮，颗颗精选，严格质检，韧性好，弹性持久，世界职业球员必用的皮头。超级蓝钻，一专业，缔造不凡。
方寸间雕刻，毫厘间相见。成木质之美，雕琢洞天；遇腾龙之势，巧思匠心。以点线面，以小现大，无蜘蛛匠心之作。
今天给大家推荐一款非常好的台泥 H153，是我自己用了1年多的台泥，汗毛量80%，手感特别细腻，走位很平稳。根据我自己用了1年多的这个台泥，这个 H153特别适合我们球房用，一些中小型比赛也特别适合它用。如果你的球房想用一款非常好的台泥，我推荐 H153。
H153走球更到位。
第25局，张坤鹏开球。
And we are back after that player interval. Score 15-9 in favor of Zhang Kunpeng. Try break from him. He's currently got 9 break and runs, 3 rack and runs. His opponent, Tang Chunxiao, 2 break and runs, 2 rack and runs. She's down by 6. He only needs 2 frames to win the match. And let's have a look at some of the other matches on. Gareth Potts making a comeback against Zhao Ruliang. Score 12-9 in favor of Ruliang. Just 3 frames in it in that match. Zhao Jianbo 13-10 up on Zhang Taiyi. And a lot to play for at the moment. Just 8 players left in this tournament. 4 on the winner side, 4 on the loser side. And the winner of this match will play the winner of the Gareth Potts Zhao Ruliang match tomorrow in the winners bracket final. He has had to put the extension on the cue to reach for the 15 that's in the balk area. And look at how much of the cue is past her bridge hand. And she's managed to pot that ball. Now she's on the 10, 14 will come off the table. And currently in her position, can't afford any mistakes. Yeah, that was a tester. That was a tester of a pot for Tang Chunxiao, bridging over the 6. And she's absolutely drilled that into the bottom right corner pocket on our screen. And that for her 10th point in this match. That's a rack and run of Zhang Kunpeng's dry break. She's currently on 3 rack and runs, 2 break and runs. Kunpeng, 9 break and runs, 3 rack and runs, and 5 of those 9 were consecutive break and runs earlier in the match. Yeah, so he went 2-0 down quite quickly as Tang Chunxiao capitalized on his dry breaks and then also capitalized on a mistake from him. After that, he ran a rack of her dry break and then 5 consecutive break and runs to go 6-2 up at the first 8-frame break. And by the third 8-frame break, at 24 frames played, score was 15-9 in favor of Zhang Kunpeng. So ever since he went 6-2 up, he's had the lead all the way. And so far, he's managed to keep more than a 4-frame gap. But this is what's letting Tang Chunxiao down. It's the breaks from the beginning. Yes, so this being the winner's bracket of the tournament and being a double elimination in stage 3, the loser of this match still has another chance. They are relegated to the loser's bracket. And once again, he's lost the cue ball. It's not the first time in this match. He's been losing the cue ball quite often, but he's always been able to pull off these fantastic recovery shots and still clinch the frame. Yeah, 5's good. As Gareth Potts gets his 10th point on the board, he's now 12-10 behind Zhao Ruliang. The score was 12-7. So 3 unanswered frames for Gareth Potts. And the 4 ball does go into the center pocket. Well, that's what he's looking at. He's close to the 4. He's just taking off some dust around the center pocket. But yeah, the 4 is away from the cushion. It should go. It's going to be right behind the 4. In a perfect world, you'd want the cue ball slightly off the cushion here. Yeah, so you're not playing a total cutback into a blind pocket on the 2. He missed a 1 like that earlier in the match. No misses this time from Kunpeng. As he gets his 16 point on the board, he's on the hill, and that is another rack and run for him, and that's off Tang Chunxiao's dry break. So 9 break and runs, 4 rack and runs for Kunpeng. Yeah, it's been, I mean, if you look at the stats right there, it's been domination, total domination from Zhang Kunpeng, and not only that, his breaks have been really good. At least a 60% rate of potting a ball on the break, which is quite high for the new break rule using the triangle rack. I mean, it's some of the highest that we've seen in this tournament thus far. We've seen players struggling, especially on TV Table 1. The only player that I saw really breaking well is He Wen-chong, and that was in the Division 1 tour. In his match against Zhao Ruliang, with 6 consecutive break-in runs, followed by 4 consecutive break-in runs. And that's why I say his percentage is up there. Yeah, look, I've seen these players change their break depending on the conditions. We have seen the softer break, the more controlled break work. With those 2 balls always going into the center pockets or tracking towards, and the cue ball staying in the center, no clusters. But that's in a perfect world. Now, if that doesn't work, which it hasn't been for a few players that we've seen on the TV table. Even this morning, Phone Min Kyo against Sun Yuan, the soft break was not working. And Phone was the first to realize that, started adding a bit more power to that break, using a similar break to Kunpeng, and all of a sudden the ball's going in. Yeah, he's just 4 pots away now from getting himself into the winner's bracket final. That being said, he hasn't had the easiest or the best run of the balls in this match. He's had to pull off such incredible recovery shots throughout. If you go back and watch this match, I mean, there were so many recovery shots that he's pulled off. Amazing recovery shots. But for me, what stands out is the 15th frame to go 10-5 up. Pressure clearance with the black ball hanging in the jaws. Tang Chunxiao has conceded. And that's it. Zhang Kunpeng wins 17 frames to 10 over Tang Chunxiao. 10 break and runs, 4 rack and runs for him. And he is the first player into the winners bracket final, which will be tomorrow afternoon. We will be back at 12 tomorrow for the losers bracket matches. Let's have a look at the scores before we go of the other matches. Here to see Gareth Potts making a comeback, and he definitely is. The score's 12-11 now to Zhao Ruliang. So Gareth is definitely coming back in that match. We have Fonman Kyo 11-6 over Zheng Xiaohuai. And Zhang Tai is down 13-11 over Zhao Jianbo. Now Tang Chunxiao is still in the tournament. She's just relegated to the losers bracket, so she will be playing now in the losers bracket. And Zhang Kunpeng will be playing winner of Gareth Potts and Zhao Ruliang tomorrow afternoon in the winners bracket final. Now the winner of that match will wait for the losers bracket matches and the losers bracket final winner, and the final will be played on the 27th at 4 p.m. local time here in China. I'm your commentator for the Joy Heyball events, Raymond Talak. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow. Take care.